Shalom. Let me get straight into this lesson. And Shalom means peace, if you knew. So let's get straight into this lesson. I'm going to be breaking down this word world. And I'm going to show you in context how significant this word is and how significant this word is and how significant it is to understand what the word properly means. Because Christians like to go to John 3:16 and quote it out of context. They don't put none of the context in place. They just go from what they indoctrinate their mind know to do. So let's break it down. So you got to put your thinking cap on. Remember back in grade school, they would say, put your thinking cap on. So what does that mean? If you probably never heard of this figure of speech, it says the phrase at the top, put on your thinking cap, is an idiom that means to concentrate deeply on something in order to solve a problem. You hear this? Or come up with an idea. So we've been solving, like one of the elders said this, we're in the analytical phase. I think that was Elder Ramlop from GMS. We're in the analytical phase of breaking these scriptures down, going to every little detail to bring you out to extract the truth from it so you can be taught correctly. So I'm going to go into this word world, and I'm going to show you, like John 3:16, that Christians run to. They have no understanding what that means. Let's go here. And I was watching a brother dealing with these Edomites, and Edomites was just confounded. So let's go here. Let's go to John. Give me 1 second. John 1 and 29. It says, matter of fact, let me go to it here. The book of John 1 and 29. It says, the next day John seeth Yahushua coming unto him, and he said, behold, the Lamb of Yahweh. Why was he called the Lamb? Many different reasons why he called the Lamb, but he's going to be the sacrificial lamb for the Passover, and that was only an Israelite custom. All right, which taketh away the sin of the world. So a Christian will read this and think, see, I got you. They think they got you moment. But you stupid Christians don't look words up because you ain't been taught to do that. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to this word world in this context. John 1 and 29. And you got a bad habit of what you've been taught. Like you Christians, when you see the word world, you think it only applicable to one way you've been taught. The word has different definitions. Sins of the world. So this can't be talking about the whole world as you've been taught or as you know in your mind. Right here. It says cosmos. It's about 9 different definitions here. So let's go back. And this was talking about the government of Israel, the nation of Israel, the world of Israel, so you can understand it. It wasn't talking about the whole world. I'm going to show you the difference. Because when it's talking about the whole world, Salakia, it uses a different word, different word when you go into the Greek. But when you go into the surface of it, you still gonna see the word world there. Let me show you what I'm talking about. 1 second. Salakia. So we're gonna go to the scripture so you can see. Salakia, let me just pull it up here. I like to show it big so you won't say we're making anything up, but you can look it up on your own. I'm gonna read it off blue letter. It says Matthew 24 and 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world. You see that the word world is used in that context, but when we're going to look this word up, it's going to go back into a different meaning in the Greek. For witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So in this context, when you go into the word world, it's actually talking about the whole world in the literal sense of it. When you go to John 3:16, when you look the word world up, it goes to the word cosmos, which you have to break it down. It don't mean everybody. So John 3:16 has been taken out of context. He was talking about the world of Israel. So let's prove this. Go to this word world. Because the same word, the same in the English language, you see the word world, and you people don't know how to discern, you haven't been taught that the word world has different meanings, first off. And then the second thing, you have to put it in context. So we'll go to this word world. You see, in the Greek, it's a different archimene. Let me see the pronunciation.
Strong's G 3625. Oikumene.
Archimene.
Oikumene.
So when you go into the archimene, it's talking about the inhabited earth. It's talking about the inhabited earth. Then it could be mean portion of the earth inhabited by the Greeks. Number two, the Roman Empire, like when the decree went out to tax the whole world, it was talking about the whole Roman world, because that's why I say you got to put it in context. It says 3, the whole inhabited earth, the world. 4, it says the inhabitants of the earth, men. So this is, if it was talking about salvation for the whole world, it would have used this word right here, archimene. Let me show you another instance of this. Give me 1 second. Let me show you another example what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna go to another scripture that's kind of popular that people might know, but this word archimene is used all through the so-called New Testament. So you got to understand what the word world has different meanings. You have to understand that first. Also, if it was talking about the whole world in John 3:16 and John 1:29, it would have used the Greek word archimene, but it uses the word cosmos. Then it's talking about something else. Revelations 3 and 10, that's what I want to go to. So check this out. And that word world is used there. This is the book of Revelations 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept my word of my patience, I would also keep him from the hour of temptation, the MOTB, right? Which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So when you go in this word world right here, it's actually talking about the whole world. And it's using a proper Greek word, which archimene. Let me go to it. So they're going to show you if John 3 and 16 was talking about the whole world, and John 1:29, it will use this word here, but that I'm going to show you that word is not there. So right here, inhabited earth, right? So depending on the context, how you're going to make it applicable. So this is talking about in this context, this is talking about the whole inhabited earth, the world. But I bet you didn't know that. So when you go to this John 1 and 29, give me 1 second. Okay, let's go back to it. John 1:29. It says, the next day John said, Yahweh shall come unto him, and said, behold, the Lamb of Yahweh, which taketh away the sin of the world. So a Christian will read this and thinking it's talking about the whole inhabited world. No, let's go to this word world. And actually the word world, another definition, another word that goes back to it is eon or ion, which means an age, a period of time. Right here, the word used is cosmos. What is this telling you? That it's not talking about the whole world. It's talking about a particular people, right? Talking about the world of Israel, because in this world that we have, that we in today, you got the world of sports, you got the world of poker, you got the world of basketball, the world of the sea life, so on and so forth. Them are different worlds within this world, if that makes sense. So right here, it says cosmos, an apt or harmonious arrangement or constitution. What is this talking about? The kingdom of heaven. It says order, government. It says ornament, decoration, so on and so forth. You get it. So if it was talking about the whole world, it would have used the word archimene when you went to it in the Greek. And this will make everything else make sense. And that's why some of you people say the Bible contradicts itself, because you've been taught all wrong. Your enemy taught you this. Matthew 10 and 5. These 12 Yahweh shall send forth, and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, And in this context, the word Gentiles is talking about the other nations that's outside the nation of Israel. Sometimes when you see the word Gentile or Gentiles in the plural sense of it, it's talking about Israelites, depending on the context. Sometimes when you see Gentile or Gentiles, it's talking about the other nations, depending on the context. It says, go not into the way of the Gentiles, the heathens, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not. But what was the instruction? Matthew 10:6, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So that's who the Messiah came for. He gave his disciples instructions to go and teach Israelites, no other nations. So this will make everything else make sense. So when you go right here, they go to show you people not using your thinking cap. John 1:29 cannot be talking about the whole world when Yahweh Shah just said, don't go even teach them. So they'll make it make sense. But you've been taught this though. Christianity will bug your mind out. John 1:29. The next day John seeth Yahweh Shah coming unto him and said, behold the Lamb of Yahweh, which taketh away the sin of the world. So John would have understood this ain't talking about the whole world. You just been taught, yeah, it's talking about the whole world, and that's where the trickeration is at. But this is to be understood through a perspective of an Israelite. John knew that he wasn't talking about the whole world as you've been talking about. He knew he was talking about the Israelite world. Simple as that. And when you go to John 3:16, you stupid Christians, you Tim Tebows, John 3:16, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believe in him should not perish but have everlasting life. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to this word world, and I'm going to show you that it's talking about, something other than you've been taught. Give me 1 second. And a lot of you Christians are too dumb to figure this out. First off, this is a one-on-one conversation that he was having with an Israelite named Nicodemus. So this was a one-on-one, ain't like he went outside into the bullhorn, went on CNN and made a decree to the whole world. No, this was a one-on-one conversation with an Israelite. And that's why Yahweh Shah say, don't go teach the other nations. Why would he do all this framework just to say he loved everybody and everybody can be saved? No, you've been taught incorrectly. For God so loved the world. Let's go to this word world. So if it was talking about the whole inhabited earth, we use the word archimene. When you go look it up, it goes back into the word cosmos to let you know that it's not talking about the whole world, right? Let's keep going. And they're going to make this distinction. Let's go here. This is for a whole nother lesson, Salakia. Give me 1 second. Let me get back to where I was at. Yeah, I think this is it. John 1:29, and then, so on and so forth. Well, I want to go to the Revelations 3:10. There we go. It says, because thou hast kept my word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world. So in this case, when you see the word world, like I showed you, it's talking about the whole inhabited earth. So when you go to John 3:16, in different scriptures that use the word world, when it's talking about something for us, which you might perceive, you have to look the words up and put it in context, and you got to know the history. You got to know everything. You got to know the whole dynamic before you start spewing what you think you know. Right? Hopefully this lesson was edifying. Call Halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim Rachat Kodash. Someone.